Hi, this is Julianne Price with Life Edit and Design, and in this three-part series we're going to be talking about building a different kind of planner. This is a planner that's going to tell the story of a particular aspect of your life, and we'll go into what that means in just a second. But what I first want to say is take a big picture view of planners and how this is different from what you're thinking. So most planners are functional planners, meaning that you track your appointments, you track your to-dos, you track birthdays, grocery lists. That's a functional planner, right? That's something that helps you organize your life. That's not the kind of planner we're going to do here. This isn't a planner about stickers and making beautiful layouts. It's not that. So this planner is more of a storytelling planner and an aspirational planner. I hesitate to call it a goal planner because I don't want you to be thinking in terms of, setting a goal, losing 25 pounds. That's not what we're doing here. But it's more of a state of being planner and the story to get to that state of being. So let me explain. So let's say that you want to go on a wellness journey. You want to feel better and you want to feel healthier. So you want to be this person who embodies health. So you're going to create a wellness planner and go on a wellness journey. So the journey is from the state of being of who you are now, which maybe you're somebody who doesn't like what you see in the mirror. Maybe you feel that you're unhealthy. You have very unhealthy habits. You eat bad food, in your mind, bad food. And you feel overweight, you feel out of energy, and you want to be this person over here. You want to move to this state of being where somebody who has energy, vitality, just loves her body, feels confident. So the wellness planner that you're going to create is the journey from where you are now to this new person you want to be, and the story that's in between is what you're going to tell in your planner. So this kind of planner, this aspirational planner, is kind of a storyteller. It's a journal. It's a little bit of a scrapbooking if you want, and it's kind of a tracker. So it puts a lot of things that you're used to in the thought of a planner, but it kind of puts them in as a hybrid. So I really want you to think about it. It's you're telling the story of your life in terms of this one aspect. So in this case, wellness. You could do the same thing with, say, family. Like maybe you feel your family life is just all about errands. All you're doing is go to work, come home, take care of the kids, run errands, and you feel like your life just has no meaning, and you want to tell the story of a beautiful family life. So you want to go from this harried kind of just order taker, you're the person who takes care of everything, to this mom who is really enjoying being a mother and who is relaxed and is present with her kids and not thinking about the next thing on the to-do list or racing from practice to the grocery store, back to practice. So you want this calm, steady presence where you can really enjoy times you want to be able to reflect. So your planner would be a story from this hectic, frazzled mom to this calm and present mom, and it would be the story of how you got there, the journey along the way. And that's what people miss, is the journey is so much fun. And if you don't stop and track it, if you don't kind of look at how you got there, first of all, you'll never get there because you've never focused. Like people will set a goal like, oh, I want to lose 25 pounds, or, oh, I want more me time in my schedule. And so they just put some appointments on their schedule, or they try to work with that functional planner and pound it into submission, and it doesn't work because you're not thinking of the journey. That you're here and you want to get here, and there's a big space in between, and you need to be intentional. That's what Life Edit and Design is all about, is intentional living. So you need to really look at how you're going to get from here to here. And I think a great way, if you have the time, check out one of Stephanie Fleming's videos. She's the creator of the Happy Planner, and look at her video walkthroughs of her wellness planner. And I think it really does a great job of explaining this, that wellness is a path. It's not, all right, I'm gonna drink water, I'm gonna eat 5 veggies, and these things that you're checking off. It's more who you become during that journey, and recognizing that you're going to have struggles, and that as you go through this, as you go, you start to say, okay, what does wellness look like? And we'll go into the next video as to what you're going to do. But you want to be thinking about, well, how do I get from here to here? And enjoy that space in between, because it's not just checking boxes on a functional planner. It's a lot of mindset, it's a lot of journaling, it's a lot of trying stuff out and finding it doesn't work. And not being so focused, again, on those checking boxes, but on who you have to become. And so let's talk a little bit about that part, the mental part. So when you are taking an action, like say you're eating, like we'll go back to the wellness concept, and you're eating and you don't like what you're eating, you have to think about, how did you get here? How did you get your hand in the cookie jar, so to speak? How did you wind up with that bag of chips on the couch? Well, you had to, if you go backwards, you had to have a feeling that you were trying to kind of satiate or just deal with or suppress or distract yourself from. So you had this feeling, it was this ugly feeling, and it caused you to want to eat the crackers or the cookies or whatever to feel better. So let's work backwards. So every feeling has to be created by a thought. So you thought something. I had a bad day, I had a stressful day, and then you felt like this stress and this need for relief, and then you grabbed a cookie. And then if you go backwards even further, so you had this thought that created this feeling that you needed to solve with an action. But if you go back even further beyond that thought, is you had a belief. You had a belief somewhere that said, this day was bad. This day was stressful. When my boss yells at me, it's stressful. And then I think I am not good enough. And then I feel unworthy. I feel lack. I feel lonely. And then I eat the cookie. And that's how this all works. So we're going to be kind of really looking at this. It's a loop. So it's called, first you have a belief. Then you have a thought about that belief that causes you to feel a certain way, causes you to take an action. And we skip that. Like you go straight to the actions and you start trying to force the actions, right? You go in there and you're like, I'm going to drink more water and I'm not going to eat out of stress and I'm going to check a box for every day I don't eat out of stress. You're sitting here focused on this action when you didn't realize that, there's a couple of steps before that action. And if I can fix my belief about what makes a bad day and what it means about me, what are the thoughts I generate as a result of this belief, then you can eventually get to this point of changing your actions. You can't just work over here on changing your action, change your action, change your action. Doesn't work. And that's what everybody tries to do in their functional planner. We're going to be over here on this journey of the belief. Who do I have to believe I am? What is that state of being that I want? What are the thoughts that will get me to that state of being? What are the feelings that those thoughts can generate that will help me take the actions? So yes, you're still taking actions during this journey through this planner. You're taking actions, but we're really starting over here, which are what are the beliefs? What are the thoughts? What are the feelings that lead to those actions? So that's what we're going to be doing, but we're going to tell it in a story. So it's not going to feel like a drill. It's not going to feel like, all right, first I'm going to analyze my beliefs, and then I'm going to, and then I'm going to analyze my thoughts. No, we're not doing that. We're telling a story because we're good at storytellers. Humans are natural storytellers, and your journal is a perfect place for you to tell a story because it's limited, it's finite. Like you only have little boxes, right? So you can be able to limit your story and not have to overanalyze. But it's gonna be just such a cool journey. I think you're really gonna love this. So you're gonna tell the story of how you got here from being this unhealthy person, and you're gonna think about who you wanna be, and then we're gonna create the path to get there. Using tracking, yes, we're gonna use actions and we're gonna track, and we're gonna make habits, and we're gonna do routines, and we're all gonna do it from this point of, what does this person do? What does this person believe? This healthier person that I wanna be, well, what do they think? What do they do? And then we're gonna build the path to that. So that's what you're gonna be doing in your journal or planner, however you wanna look at it. So for today, all I want you to do is think about just a list of stories you would love to tell. What is the story of this year? And I don't care what month they're in now, you can start telling the story any day. You can start telling the story in the middle of the week. You have a planner in front of you. You can go out to the store and buy, they'll be discounted. If it's not the beginning of the year, planners will be discounted. You just start with the 6 months or whatever that's left and then go into the next year. So it doesn't matter when you're seeing this. I want you to think in terms of 12 months and say, what's the story I want to tell of these next 12 months? So for me, I just turned 50, so I'm like, what do I want to tell of my 50th year? What's the story I want to tell? And you can think about, okay, I want to tell a story about wellness. I want to tell a story about my family. Maybe you have a side business or your own business and you want to tell the story of your successful business. So again, it's not going to be about a bunch of to-dos. It's going to be about creating the life of who is a successful person. What is it that they think and do? And we'll kind of work on it from that angle. So just be thinking more in lines of a storytelling. Look at things, the kind of the roles, the hats that you wear now, and how you'd like that to be different, because we're talking about your life. You're editing your life. You're designing your life for the way you want it to be. We're just using a planner as a tool. So what is a story that you would really like to tell this year? I'm going to drill down on me showing you my actual wellness planner and how, we'll go through it over the course of the next 12 months, because I'm sure it'll change. What I'm going to do on day one will change as I go through it. But you want to tell, what's that story? And it can be anything. You can have, when I want you to think of goals, I want you to think of a life goal. Who is that person? Maybe you want to, like one of the things I'm really gonna focus on is in my wellness is more the mind-body connection. It's not on losing weight for me, it's about how do I be more connected to my body? How do I be more in control of my body? How do I heal my body? So that's what I'm going to be doing in my wellness planner. So it doesn't have to be about weight loss. It doesn't have to be about making perfect children, because you're never gonna get perfect children, but maybe it's about spending better time with your family. Maybe it's about creating a whole new lifestyle for yourself because you find that you're very sedentary, especially with everything that's going on with the pandemic. Maybe you feel, I need a change. I need to come up with a new way of living because this could happen again and I don't ever want to be stuck in this position. I want to have different outlets. So that's your assignment for today. Really think about the story you want to tell. Pick a couple stories because we're going to narrow it down to one. But in the beginning, just write down all the stories you want to tell. You know, maybe you want to be a great pet owner. Maybe you want to start rescuing pets. Maybe you want to start a whole volunteer opportunity and you're not sure how to get to that person who can do the volunteering. Like I've always wanted to volunteer at an animal shelter, but mentally I'm not sure, can I deal with seeing pets that have been harmed and animals that are harmed? So think about something like maybe along that. Maybe you want to start a volunteer opportunity. Maybe you want to start a not-for-profit. What is it that you want? What's a story that would be great to tell for these next 12 months? So that's your assignment. I hope you get into it, and we will see you in the next video in the series. Okay, take care.